Why did you said that you made the decision yesterday, why did you wait until today, until 6:30 to release that information to the public?
Well, that's a very good question. First of all, and I've faced this question before, just as additional information for you guys, little tidbits, is that last year in budget talks, I was under quite a bit of pressure to let the media know what the plan was before talking to people. I believe and will continue to act where if I have to deliver a message that impacts staff, I'm going to tell them first. And then I have an obligation to parents. That's why we held a parent meeting. And then I do have an obligation to the community. And that's the actions that I took.
Have you also sought public comment comment from the public prior to this throughout the decision-making process?
No, this is an administrative function.
Are you worried that it will be unpopular at all?
I'm sorry?
Are you worried that it will be unpopular to the public?
Well, I mean, any decision one makes has their pros and cons. I mean, y'all have been reporting quite frequently lately on some of the issues. I mean, there's always that side, but I can guarantee you that we have teachers and staff who are committed, and even tough decisions, while they may be tough, are up to the challenge.
Was this decision solely based on the performance level of the school?
It was for the issues that I delineated.
So it didn't have to be anything?
Yeah, you have to, can't just be one thing. It has to be a preponderance of evidence, and that's what I use.
Test school.
So everything that relates to, let me read those again to you if you didn't understand them. It's been rated academically unacceptable, guys, for 3 years. You get a 4th year, the state intervenes. I think that's serious. I think that you would be asking me some very serious questions about why did I not intervene and the school gets AU and I stood to one side. When did you know this? Well, we know it now and we're being proactive. Secondly, actually the second one is another year of AU and TEA intervenes. The state, by statute, requires a TEA monitor to oversee the planning for the campus so that it addresses those items that made it AU. The report states that performance is regressing. And then you have a facility where it's 50% underutilized. And I think at this time I would ask you, for those of you, Mike, you would be one of those. When you hear Hood, what comes to mind in terms of quality? So we have to look at that. That's why we have a campus that's underutilized. And folks, we've tried putting the TAP program. It's incentive pay for teachers for performance. I don't even want to go into the results of that. TPLA, get staff and administration working together to look at common issues and come up with solutions. That is not working. We've changed principles. I changed the entire administrative staff last year. And so this is another step. It's not like we haven't been attentive to it. We have, and it has reached this point, and that is why I'm taking this action.
It must be frustrating that after having changed the entire staff last year, and
No, not administrative.
administrative staff at the school last year, and then find again that it continues, that's got to be a frustrating situation, and you scratch your head and wonder why it is when you keep trying new leadership that it's not coming along.
Well,
That's a question, I suspect.
yeah, that's something for you to ponder about.
It wouldn't be fair to characterize this as a pilot program, would it?
No, we're doing this, is we're coming together and say, okay, look at what we've been doing. It hasn't worked. Where do we go from here? The bottom line is that we have the basic elements, and that is a curriculum framework. That's what you've been reporting about this year. But that's the pathway to providing instruction and for each content area, for each grade level that is aligned to the state standards. What the state says districts and schools need to provide to their students. And so that's the basic framework. What we do from there is, okay, how do we, what additional things do we create to help us become successful? And that'll be a task not only of us here, but of the staff that is there at John B. Hood as well, because they're the boots on the ground.
All the school board went along with this, all the members of the school board. I know it's an administrative situation, but I know you must have consulted the board, and I believe you mentioned that. Did all of the school board members sign off in agreement with you?
Yes.
Yes, you said that the principal and the student principal are going to be on the hiring committee,
Well, the principal,
or just the principal? Has the rest of the hiring committee, the teachers are applying for their positions, has that been accepted yet? The rest of that committee?
yeah, it'll be Dr. Karen Case, a TEA monitor. It'll be Dr. Kopak, our curriculum instructor, and it'll also be Dr. Sanchez.
Who selected that committee?
I did.
Okay.
Typically, that's just a principal decision. Any other questions? Well, thank you very much, and have a great weekend.
Thank you.